But initially, you were self-funded. How did that work out?
One-stop shop solution for earning, for staking, for the whole ecosystem.
The strategy is to be first to market with new features that users actually want.
Yeah, that's right.
How do you define an active user?
The launch team wishes you good luck and Godspeed.
Space Monkeys blasting off with Ryan Dinh. He's the head of BD at Subwallet, a wallet covering the Polkadot ecosystem, EVM, mobile on your desktop. Incredible product. And at last, we have him on the show. Ryan, welcome to Space Monkeys.
Thank you, Jay. It's my pleasure to be here today.
It's very nice to have you here. You and I have been speaking on DMs for years now, keeping each other in the know. And finally, we get to meet here. So I'm very happy to have you on the show.
Yeah, that's great to meet you in person.
You are based in Vietnam, right?
Yeah, we're based in Hanoi, Vietnam. So right now we have a team of about 25 people. All of us are based in Hanoi, Vietnam. Go to the office, work on site every day.
Is this your first product, Subwallet?
Yeah, Subwallet is our first product in Polkadot ecosystem.
Yeah.
But before blockchain, we had 10 years of experience working in the startup and software development industry. So we did some Web2 startups before joining blockchain world.
What were some of those products or services you were building in the Web2 space?
So we built software as a service. We built print on demand, kind of e-commerce company. We also did data management for clinical trials.
Okay, and then how did Polkadot come into the story of this company?
Actually, we've been following the blockchain technology for a long time now.
Yeah.
And we get into the Polkadot ecosystem in around like 2020.
Okay.
At that time, we really believe in the vision of Gavin and believe in the future of multi-chain in the Polkadot ecosystem. And actually, we founded and operate the Polkadot and Web3 community in Vietnam with around like 10,000 members now. We often talk to each other about Polkadot, about its technology, and about the future of blockchain and multi-chain. So that's how we got into the Polkadot ecosystem.
What made the decision to jump into building a wallet for Polkadot? I mean, it's not a small undertaking. It's a big job, especially in the Polkadot ecosystem where it's all...
That's a very interesting story, actually. So I talk about the Polkadot and Web3 Vietnam community that we founded, and we often talk about the technology. And very often at that time, we hear the complaints from the community members about Polkadot.js, which is the only option at that time.
Right.
They didn't know how to use Polkadot.js or even didn't understand about it at all. So many people get into the Polkadot ecosystem, and because of Polkadot.js, they give it up. So that's why we decided to build Subwallet to bring something much better UI UX to the whole ecosystem.
And the first product you introduced, was it mobile to start, or did you start mobile and browser?
At first, we started with the browser extension. So we released the first version in February 2022. And after about half a year, we developed our mobile version, starting from the needs, demands from our users. Because they love the Subwallet browser extension. But again, they wanted something more flexible for them so that they can use anytime on the go. So that's why we decided to build also the Subwallet mobile app.
I know you don't track user behavior. Do you know, however, what the downloads or what the users look like between desktop and mobile? Do you know what that split looks like?
So right now we have about 1.2 million total downloads already. And around 700,000 active users. And I would say about like 1/3 is on desktop. And the rest come from mobile.
Now you guys are working with Treasury funding. But initially you were self-funded. For the first 6 months or so, you guys just built with your own funding. How did that work out?
Actually, we started building in November 2021.
Yeah.
And at that time, we used the bootstrap funding from ourselves with the money from our previous startups in Web2 that I mentioned earlier. I would say actually we got quite successful startup in Web2. We have 3 companies in Web2 with a total member employee about 200 people.
Wow.
Yeah, we had enough money to build in the long term. So that's why we started with the bootstrap funding from ourselves and keep building, keep contributing to the ecosystem. And after like half a year, when we have the product market fit, we got a lot of tractions, a lot of users and partners in the ecosystem. And at that time, we talked to Parity and projects in the ecosystem, and they give us advice to get funded from the Polkadot Treasury.
Brilliant. How did the adoption work? What strategies did you employ to bring more users on?
Okay, so we always work very closely with all of the projects in the ecosystem.
Okay.
And trying to support them very quick, very well.
Yeah.
So let's say if you're building a parachain on top of Polkadot and you release some new feature.
Yeah.
So we are always the first one to help support that feature inside the wallet so that we can help showcase their technologies to the users.
Okay.
And in that way, we can attract users from their ecosystem to use Subwallet. And also for Polkadot and Kusama. So, for example, we are the first one to deploy the XCM transfer between Polkadot relay chain and other parachains.
This is live now?
It's live already.
Yeah.
And we also offer the one-stop shop solution for earning, for staking for the whole ecosystem. So you can do like direct nomination for Polkadot, Kusama, Vara network, and so on in Subwallet on all platforms, browser extension, mobile app, and web app.
Wow.
You can do nomination pool staking for Polkadot, Kusama, Vara network, Aleph0 in Subwallet, all platforms. You can also do parachain staking in Subwallet, all platforms like Manta network, Polkadot, Bifrost, and so on. Mm-hmm. You can even do liquid staking inside Subwallet, all platforms.
Yeah. That's
so
amazing.
That's how we help onboard users to the ecosystem.
The strategy is to be first to market with new features that users of different communities around the ecosystem actually want.
Yeah, that's right.
Brilliant.
And you may know that in Vietnam, we have a very active crypto community.
Yeah.
Both end users and also builders.
Okay.
So we've been trying a lot to educate the Vietnam community about Polkadot, about its amazing technologies. And we've been doing like workshops, meetups, conference, hackathons in order to onboard builders from Vietnam to build on Polkadot as well.
What do you think the crypto and blockchain technology means to people in Vietnam and in the countries around in Southeast Asia? What does it mean to them, and how is that maybe different than the perception of the technology that we have in the Americas?
Well, personally in Vietnam, I would say that blockchain can bring about a really good opportunity for Vietnamese builders to catch up with the world. So, in the Web2 world, we missed the opportunity to build many global startups in Web2. But with Web3, we believe that we have the big opportunity here because Vietnamese builders, they are really good at building really great application. So on the application layer, they're really good building those kind of application on a global scale.
Yeah.
So I think with the Web3, we have a great opportunity to catch up with the world.
Yeah.
And for example, Subwallet, right now we have users from more than 100 countries. We have a total of 1.2 million downloads, 700,000 active users already. Yeah.
How do you define an active user? What makes an active user?
Actually, we don't track any activities from users. So what we can do is data from Google Chrome extension, and also from Android and iOS. So those really not specific activity what they are doing. But we still know that they're active using Subwallet every week, every month.
Any indication from large enterprises or at the government level about how they feel about blockchain and crypto adoption? Is it a friendly place?
Yeah. You mean in
crypto?
Vietnam?
In Vietnam, yeah.
Yeah. I would say that we are quite lucky because in Vietnam right now, the government is quite open to crypto. So they are trying to build the official law. They have not done it yet, but they are really open. So we are free to do a blockchain projects in Vietnam without any restriction. And also we can organize many events, many workshops and things like that to promote blockchain technology in Vietnam.
Yeah.
We also have some like official blockchain association supported by the government in Vietnam.
Are you able to tell which applications or parachains in the ecosystem your users are utilizing most?
So we support every single Polkadot networks, every single parachain and solo chains in the ecosystem, and also all of the popular EVM chains like Binance Smart Chain, Arbitrum, Polygon, and so on. So to help attract users from EVM to Polkadot.
Crazy.
So when it comes to the Polkadot ecosystem, I would say some of the most active ecosystem can be like Moonbeam, Akala, Bifrost, HydraDX, and so on.
Yeah, right. You also support chains like Avail. Don't you do Avail?
Yeah.
What about XX?
So we support every single Polkadot chains. So not only parachain, but any single blockchain that built with the Substrate framework, with the Polkadot SDK, we can support them very quick. So we support like many solo chains as well, like XX Network, Avail, Vara Network, Aleph Zero, BitTensor.
Yeah.
We're going to support Genshin as well.
Incredible. Are there any projects that you work with that you are particularly impressed with the way they do business?
I think some of parachain are doing great in terms of users adoption. For example, when it comes to EVM compatible, Moonbeam and A-Star is doing great. We've been supporting them in the early days, and many users feel like really happy to be managed their EVM tokens and Substrate token in the same wallet. We've been also working with the HydraDX team to offer the cross-chain swap feature inside the wallet, and our users also really happy about that. When it comes to Polkadot and Moonbeam ecosystem, we also working with Stila Swap to offer the cross-chain swap between Polkadot and Moonbeam.
Whoa.
We also trying to onboard users from EVM world to Polkadot. So we support the cross-chain swap between DOT and ETH or USDC on EVM as well. So I would say when it comes to like DeFi, we have quite many good projects in the ecosystem.
Okay, so this is a new feature that you recently released. It was shown off to our audience in Thailand. They had a booth on the floor there. But you're using chain flip for Polkadot to EVM swaps, right? And you also have HydraDX live already for in-wallet swaps?
Yeah, that's right. So at Sub-Zero, we demo about cross-chain swap between DOT and EVM through Chainflip. But we already integrated HydraDX for cross-chain swap between the whole Polkadot ecosystem.
It's great.
And the integration with the Stila Swap gonna be live very soon. So kind of offer the most comprehensive swap solution, cross-chain swap solution for the whole ecosystem. Not only between Polkadot and parachains in the ecosystem, between for many tokens, but also between Polkadot and EVM. And you know what is special about the cross-chain swap feature in Subwallet is that normally when you do cross-chain swap, you need to bridge or XCM your token from another chain to the destination chain. And then you come back to do the swap again, right? But with the cross-chain swap feature of Subwallet, we integrate the XCM transfer feature right inside the process of swapping.
Oh, wow.
So that would make your life much easier and much faster when do a swap.
Okay, this is amazing. Okay, so if I wanted to swap across parachains, you basically abstract away all the extra little stuff you need to do. What about gas? How do you deal with gas?
For the gas fee, we are trying to do like flexible gas fee as well.
Okay.
Let's say if you don't have DOT, you can pay gas fee with other tokens, but it still needs some development and support from the parity team, and also from the Asset Hub as well. But I would say we are working very closely with them and with the development of the Asset Hub. So in the future, we can support users to swap with any kind of assets as gas fees. Not only for DOT token.
Beautiful. And are you paying attention to Snowbridge and Hyperbridge at all? You're looking at those?
We're in talk with both of them.
Really?
Yeah. Polkadot is a multi-chain ecosystem by design. Right. So when we started building Subwallet, our initial architecture is also multi-chain by design. So we try to like bring the aggregation of Polkadot use cases. Every single use case Polkadot in one single place.
Amazing.
So that people don't need to go anywhere because the multi-chain ecosystem has some problem of fragmentation, right? So liquidity fragmentation, users experience fragmentation, effort fragmentation, and so on. So we are trying to solve that problem in one single place.
Any plans for revenue in the future, or is the treasury funded model what's best for the project? What are you thinking about that?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, actually. So as I said earlier, we got funded by Polkadot Treasury many times as a recognition from the community, the appreciation of what we are building and contributing to the ecosystem. But in the long term, we should not only rely on Treasury as the revenue, as a funding for building, but we should also have a sustainable business model to have revenue. So let's say if you look at the EVM world, MetaMask has a really good proven business model with the fees they collect generate from the swap feature. And we also try to do the same model with the swap feature and some other in-app features that we provide for end users. But I would say that should be in the long term because in order to make the ecosystem mature enough, we need to bring the best experience for the users and have them to experience the ecosystem in a seamlessly way. And as long as we have a really, really great ecosystem, many great applications providing the users with the best experience, the best UI UX, and we have a huge user base for the whole ecosystem. And at that time, I think we can start to generate revenue, and the users could be happy about that. So we have the sustainable model for the whole ecosystem, not only for Subwallet, but for many other projects in the ecosystem.
Beautiful. Can you tease any upcoming features? Any upcoming features you could tell us about? Or is it all under wraps?
We are actually building something really, really cool for the ecosystem to have onboard a lot more users to the ecosystem, have the ecosystem grow and help bring the Polkadot amazing technologies to the mass adoption. So please stay tuned about that.
All right. D's and T's. Ryan, thanks very much for coming on the show. Thanks for all the work you're doing building this great wallet and for sharing it with us today. We're very grateful.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Jay. It's my pleasure to be here today. And thank you everyone for watching.